You know, you see a boat for sale and it looks really interesting, but it's several hours away, but you decide to bite the bullet and you spend a half a day, getting there and checking out the boat, only to find out that the boat is nothing like what was described in the ad. Frustrating, right? Well, the good news is you can avoid wasting time and gas by asking the right questions up front. In this video, I will share key questions that you should ask the seller before you ever leave home. So the first thing you want to do is you want to start off with the basics. You want to confirm the model year of the boat, motor, and trailer. This makes sure that it matches the listing and tells you if the boat has been repowered. In other words, is the model year of the engine different than that of the boat? Secondly, you want to find out how long they've owned the boat. If it's only been a little while, that could be a red flag. Maybe it wasn't the right boat for them, or worse, maybe they had some problems. Third, how often has it been used and how many hours are on the engine? Both extremes can be bad. Too many hours means a lot of wear, or there may be limited engine life. Too few hours is also a problem because sitting for long periods of time is hard on mechanical things like engines. Next, you want to know where was it used and where was it stored. Saltwater boats and boats stored outside face more wear and tear with the exposure to the elements, so you just want to be aware of that. So the next thing you want to do is get some information on the condition of the boat. And here it's going to be very important to be very specific with your questions to get at the present condition of the boat and the history of the boat. So don't just ask. It's okay to start off with asking questions like, tell me about the condition of the boat and are there any defects? That's a good place to start. But then after that, ask them, what problems or issues have you had with the boat in the past? That way you may identify any issues that have been done beforehand and perhaps subsequently repaired. And do the same thing for the engine. What is the condition of the engine at present? And what problems or issues have you had with the engine? After all, they could have had a blown power head that they've subsequently have repaired. Well, if I'm a buyer, I probably want to know that going in. Do the same thing with the trailer. What's the present condition? Have you had any problems or issues? What problems or issues have you had with it? Ask the questions in that fashion. You'll get a better sense of not only the present condition of the boat, but you'll have a better sense of the history of the boat so that you know what you're getting into. So the next topic to ask about is the maintenance history, because maintenance is one of the best indicators of how well that boat was taken care of and how reliable it may be. So start off by asking how often was maintenance performed and by whom. If the boat is used in freshwater, then once annual maintenance is satisfactory, but if it's used in saltwater, then you might want to see more maintenance than that. And if the maintenance was performed by a dealer or a mechanic, that is likely more trustworthy than a do-it-yourselfer, especially if the owner didn't keep good records. Which leads to my next question. Do they have service records? If no, that is a big red flag that boat or the mechanical items may not have been well cared for. Third, how old are the trailer tires? If you watched my videos beforehand, you know that trailer tires usually wear out due to age, not wear. So if the tires are older than, say, 5 years old, then just know that you probably need to budget for new tires. The final thing you'll want to discuss with the seller over the phone is to verify the ownership and what's included with the purchase. Ask things like, is the title available and whose names are on it? All owners will need a sign-off on the title, so messy situations like a divorce or a death can complicate transfers, so you'll want to know that going in. Secondly, are there any liens on the boat? If so, those will need to be satisfied or cleared before you can take legal ownership. Third, what's included in the sale? Don't assume things like installed electronics or safety gear or even the trailer comes with it. You'll want to confirm that up front so there are no surprises later on. Now, just to be clear, I am not saying that you should avoid a boat because it has an issue in one or more of these areas. After all, most used boats are likely to have some issues. Instead, it's about knowing what you're getting into up front. And asking these questions before you travel can save you a ton of time and hassle and help you zero in on the boats that are worth a closer look. To make things even easier, I put together a set of 3 free checklists: the pre-inspection questions to ask the seller that I just covered, the used boat evaluation form to help you inspect a boat in person, and then how to do a proper sea trial. After all, you really shouldn't buy a used boat without taking it for a test spin. You can download all 3 for free using the link in the video description. Well, if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, please click on that like button. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel to get my weekly tips and advice to help you purchase, equip, and maintain your boat. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the water.